I face all kinds of go F yourself moments, right? Because you got a trigger and people keep hitting it. But the idea is like, I got to remember that it's my trigger. Why do I have such a fast trigger on that? What are the insecurities or issues that I'm facing? How can I better combat that? I don't want to be that all someone has to do, they don't even have to be important to me, but if they touch that trigger, it's going to set me off. Why can't I gain control of that trigger? And then why can't I, once I understand that, articulate that back to my loved one and say, hey, I need to put a boundary around this because I'm explosive around it. I'm not really strong in these situations, and a real ugly comes out of me. And be able to talk about that. So I'm working on getting rid of the ugly, but can you please work on your behavior that triggers this, for me? And we can have an intelligent conversation about it, but it's not about the other person. It's about me. I need to recognize that this is my trigger. Some people are moved incredibly. Like they can appear super strong, and they are to face all kinds of different things. But then you'll find that one little sensitive spot. And, for men, it's often their children, right? One time I brought my daughter to a birthday party, right? And the girl was making fun of the shoes that my daughter was wearing because they were like last year's fashion. And my daughter was like 4 years old, 5 years old, and the girl was like 7, and she was making fun of my daughter. My daughter kind of went behind me. And I was like, I cannot believe that this little girl did this. Like, I was in the car. I was like, I dropped her off. I was like, I didn't even want to leave her, but she was comfortable being left. And it was like I started crying. I was moved to tears over this little nothing item where the person could have said whatever. They could have hit me with a bat. They could have done all these different things. Like, you go out and it got me to cry. But that tender spot that says, my goodness, I love this little girl so very much, and I want to protect her. And these comments, she has to listen to this noise. It just stung me. And I think some of these fears and some of these triggers are inherent in who we are. And the idea is to just kind of gain some mastery of them, especially if it makes people behave differently around me. If I'm making somebody walk on eggshells, I don't like that. It's like a sign, like, wait a minute, how do I create a little healthier environment for people that, I don't want them to be so nervous around me.